Well, I did not think that we'd be here so soon, but here we are. What's going on, you guys? It's about Battle 24, and Dogpack 404 released his second MrBeast exposal video kind of thing. I reacted to the one where I work for MrBeast as a fraud, which everyone seemed to like because I was one of the few people that came in with an open mind and didn't blindly defend MrBeast, which, I mean, when you're dealing with someone who's done the kind of stuff that MrBeast did, according to Dogpack, you really can't defend the guy. I mean, if we're being honest, you really can't defend the guy. We have another video here by Dogpack 404. We're going to be reacting to it as well. I worked for MrBeast. He's a sociopath. Now, we went from he's a fraud to he's a sociopath. I assume that this is going to go over a bunch of the Chris Tyson stuff along with other things that Dogpack felt the need to expose and shit. I don't know. I'm excited for this one, and I hope y'all are excited for it too. Y'all seem to really love the first one, so let's go ahead and watch this one. See what kind of shit is gonna pop up here, because we're here for that drama, we're here for that tea. Yeah, we're here for that hot tea and hot goss.
I'm hungry. Alright, jokes for food. I wish a philanthropist YouTuber would just give me 10K and not film it. Hey, what the hell happened to you? MrBeast, that's what happened to me.
What we do here is go.
Also, I'm sorry here for all the, like, stuff going on here. I have, like, allergies and asthma, that kind of stuff like that, so, yeah. Also, Content Cop style intro. Pulling in iDubbbz. Jake Whittle.
Okay, Content Cop from Timu, back at it again.
Yeah.
Before I get into my interrogation of former MrBeast employee Jake Weddle, a lot has happened since my last video.
Yes.
After posting, I got hundreds of messages from former MrBeast employees. I had them all like send proof of former employment.
Yeah.
People showing their support or telling their story.
No, not about Chris. This was some producer. I unfortunately can't speak too much on that, but I believe someone wrote to reach out to you as more info on it. Just how much stakeholders has some energy wasted? I was actually a doctor, no provider, or I work with us.
Stories of you know, fake videos or unsafe.
What about this? Wait, what? Tyler Conklin on instead of saving 100 dogs, bought one being point dogs off them for $10,000 in a weird power play to see if you could pay someone over to give up the dog instead of just stopping any of the hundreds of affected dogs at the shelter. Tyler also forced the production to put this dog into the video so he could receive the free dog food and pet insurance for life, despite the fact that the dog already had a home and that he was very wealthy. Keeping away a rescue dog from being adopted and a new pet owner that could have used a free pet food and insurance from receiving it. That's
safe practice.
in the most dangerous trap video with Mac. The reason Mac loses when he does is that was actually the final trap built. There were no other rooms, so Mac purposely took it out at the last possible moment. It's not uncommon to see people sleeping in the office because they worked overnight, yada yada yada. Tyler Conklin routinely found COVID stuff. The dangerous conditions of the ambulance control not new. Altogether, that's what being sent to the hospital on the Olympics video. Due to set it's being built last second on who believes it. So I don't know, it's not looking good for MrBeast at all.
This is you know, toxic.
This makes it
like
worse.
I'm not really going to get into
actually
things because, for one, like, most people want to stay anonymous, which I understand.
Yeah.
And also, like, I think most of that stuff's just been covered with you know, the news coming out about Beast Games and everything. And also, I have like more serious allegations that I want to start covering. Isn't
there like another YouTuber that has been making like MrBeast videos kind of stuff? Mr. Pegasus, whatever it is. One of the comments in the reaction to the first video in this series, told me about it. I saw his channel on, like, just scrolling through YouTube. I may watch some of those videos here just to get a full picture of what exactly has happened with MrBeast, unless it's all stuff that we already know, like Dogpack's video, the Chris Tyson stuff. Apparently MrBeast is sending out, like, cease and desists and copyright striking videos talking about this kind of stuff, even going so far as to deleting comments in his news video that talk about any of this kind of stuff. So it really seems like he's not owning up to the fact that he's done this kind of stuff and just doubling down instead and saying that, no, we've not done any of this stuff. Which to me is kind of weird, considering he's like one of the most subscribed to channels on YouTube. You'd think that being exactly that, you'd have a bit more, like, you know, conscience and like common sense to come out and say that these allegations are true instead of not saying anything and deleting comments and sending out cease and desist to everyone that is making content on you. I might be in danger.
Covering. Also, I heard from a very credible source that MrBeast has been sitting on a response to part 1 because he was worried if he posted it, I would instantly respond with part 2. You know, like this is Kids Bop, Kendrick Lamar vs. Drake. Also, I know MrBeast's secret CEO has been practically like harassing my people on, you know, hey, what's in part 2?
I mean, there's no doubt that MrBeast is sitting on a response, a quote-unquote response, you know, like, because we fucking know everything that happens here. We know that if a YouTuber is planning a response, it's a nothing burger of a response. So I can't wait to see what MrBeast has made for that response, and if it's going to be any good. Spoiler alert, it probably won't be. But
2. What does he know? So I will just tell you, James, what will be in part 3, so you don't have to harass my people. It will be
going out so far as to name dropping the secret CEO that's harassing Dogpack for part 3. My God!
Serious allegations of sexual misconduct in the company and your direct involvement in covering up those crimes.
Allegedly.
And I'll make sure to give you full credit and plaster your face all over the street. So yeah, I've gotten dozens of messages from former MrBeast employees of very serious allegations. So I just want to put a call to action at the start of this video that, you know, if you have a story, you can DM me. Just make sure you send proof of employment first, because I get a lot of DMs. And like,
yeah, I'd love to hear if any of y'all had any like experiences with MrBeast. I don't know if any of you that subscribe to or watch this video have had any experiences with MrBeast or Jimmy or whoever that is. Although now that I think about it, he didn't name drop the secret CEO, because Jimmy is MrBeast's actual name. We know that. So, but yeah, if you have any experiences with Jimmy / MrBeast / anything related to the MrBeast company, put it down in the comments, because I would love to hear it. Although, you should probably send that over to Dogpack, because he's probably compiling evidence for part 3. So, I mean,
as much as I meme and joke around, like, I take anonymity very seriously, so without explicit permission, I don't go public with anything. And obviously, if it goes to court, I would hope they would censor your information from the court documents. I don't know. Oh, and former contestants too. That's another thing I heard after posting my last video is during the 100 Boys versus Girls video, I have people corroborating the same story that the camera guy who gave the girls a drone was making some girls feel uncomfortable.
Wait, hold on. Let me just read that. I know in the 100 Boys versus Girls video that they fed us boys hours after the girls each time, and it really got on the news because completely obvious they wanted the girls to win. I know that the camera guy who gave the girls the drone was being extremely inappropriate with the girls since we started talking to them with the shoot. What? I remember hearing girls joking about Stockholm Syndrome. Was constantly coming into the circle and being very flirtatious. Well, the male close emotion was making some girls uncomfortable. He was constantly vaping, and I remember he teased... What? So, the cameraman that gave the girls the drone is a creep. Basically. Bro is a full-ass creep.
You trap these girls in a circle and make them sleep on rough turf and get them high on paint fumes, and then you try to f them.
Okay, that that seems really dark.
No, it's not dark. You're misunderstanding me, bro.
I think I am.
Yeah, you are. Because
It's like, no, it's fine, it's fine. We get these girls into a circle, they get half the fumes, and then we... I can't believe that I just... You didn't see it, because I don't have my face cam on, but to complete the bit, or the bit, whatever, I licked my lips. Like that fucking... What's up, baby girl? What would you do if you opened my door and I was standing right there? That guy, and we locked eyes in the parking lot. What's up? I fucking love that guy,
if
dude.
the girl said no, then the answer obviously is no.
No.
Yeah.
But the thing is she's not gonna say no. She would never say no because of the implication.
Anyway, so that will be part 3. So,
Yes.
MrBeast, do with that information what you will. I know Chucky didn't want to respond to those allegations. So anyway.
Ooh! Wait, let me read that. Who is this? Co-founder of YouStats and also runs MrBeast. Someone on the MrBeast team not wanting to talk about the allegations about his company.
So anyway, my interview with Jake Weddle, I chose to interview him because I thought he was perfect because he was both on camera and behind the scenes in 2019 and 2020. And also, what people don't know is that he came back in 2021
Okay.
the sole contestant of a MrBeast video, which never got uploaded because it went very badly. He also knows about another portable document format who was working at MrBeast while actually on the registry. And I'll get more into that story at the end of the video. So I got his DM, drove straight to New York overnight, did not sleep, just drank a bunch of caffeine, and I also only had one microphone in the interview, which he's wearing. So it's mostly just him talking. Also, like, final thing, people said my last video started slow. This video also starts slow. It builds up over time.
Yeah.
But I'll do the retention thing and say, the ending will blow your mind. It's crazy. Yeah. Okay. Jake Weddle, everybody.
I'm Jake Weddle. Most people who, if you know me from MrBeast, I'm a deep cut. I'm in a few of the videos. Sometimes maybe purposefully kept to the shadows a little bit. I'm in the cutting room floor. A lot of the time. But I've been in some videos. I've worked on a lot of them. I was there from 2019 to 2020, 2021ish when I when I came back and did some more. I was there when they were authentic, and then I saw the transition to what I feel like is a company. He's like a TV show now. It went from YouTuber guy with a camera to
full company.
Amazon. The culture around there was very unspoken, but there was a vibe. There was half the people who, if you made Jimmy happy, you were on the good half. And these people got random bonuses and were usually moved up, had more screen time. And then there was people who, if you had a disagreement or butt heads with Jimmy or just you didn't like it, you were the other half. And I consistently was in the half that Jimmy didn't like me. That's fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so good to say. I don't like Jimmy. I hate you so much. He didn't want anyone to get more popular or have more of a way out necessarily. Like, oh, I'm doing my Twitch thing on the side. Don't do that because you could get famous and leave and talk about me negatively.
What?
And I could tell that the yes men were, doing well, and I was,
Of fucking course the yes men were doing well. They're on his side. I mean, if Jimmy wants to keep yes men around, then it kinda makes it bad luck for him, because those are the people that will dick ride him to the day they die. I mean, if we're being completely honest here, the yes men are the true dick riders. I mean, come on. And also the people defending MrBeast and this kind of stuff are also the dick riders. What the fuck are you doing?
For quite some time. So I've talked to reporters, right?
Yeah.
Publicly. And I've always had to choose my words very, very carefully because I don't want to say anything I don't stand behind, obviously. Yeah. So I used to talk to people. I used to glaze Jimmy publicly for things I do genuinely think are true. But then it's like, well, how come you didn't talk about the working conditions? Well, I wanted a career. I didn't want to, speak ill of YouTube's golden boy.
That's true.
And blacklisted forever.
That's fair.
People talk to you, they go, "Don't, what are you doing? You're gonna kill your career." It's like I have to, or I'll be sad.
Yeah.
This is the moment we're gonna talk about it. So, As far as that, that's my covering up of why we didn't talk about XYZ sooner, but now you know.
But now we
What would you say is the fakest video that you worked on while you were there?
the
Biggest video
fakest.
that I worked on while I was there. This is the extent of the fakeness that I was involved to. This is admitting to my complicity. I was a writer there, and we were working on a video, crushing my friend's car with a rock or meteor
Yeah.
or something. It was a rock or meteor in the title. I can't remember, but he
Yeah.
wanted to do a prank where, unbeknownst to the person, he takes a rock, crushes their car, and they're
Yeah.
supposed to think the rock came out of space.
We're gonna take a meteor
Yeah.
and put it on Weddle's car. We're gonna take another meteor and put it on Marcus's car.
Yeah.
Both of them have no idea that we're doing this.
Okay.
Webb and Marcus are probably shocked. They had no idea.
And so that was the one and only time I had to, my car? What? And on the fly, I saw him, because Marcus was in that video.
Yeah.
Marcus is calling his mom. Marcus genuinely had no idea. He genuinely had no idea. But, so Marcus is calling his mom, and his mom's freaking out. And I'm like, oh no, they're gonna call my mom next. So I had to text my mom, who had to beg to get the title very quickly. Now I'm texting my mom, I go, Mom, I'm about to call you about the meteor thing. You have no idea? Be surprised.
Yeah.
And then I hit send, and then they go, call your mom now. And I call my mom and I tell her, and oh, she should have got the Oscar. Oh my God, on the fly.
Oh, is she?
What? I'm on vacation.
Mom, my car has been destroyed.
Okay, let's see it.
Wait, what?
A meteor hit it.
Jacob, I'm on vacation. Do you understand?
But, yeah, I did that video, and they're supposed to give me $10K to put a down payment
Yeah.
on a new car, and they wanted me to get like a big flashy new car. $10K
Yeah.
was supposed to be a down payment. And I can't afford a big flashy new car because I work at MrBeast. So I
They'll give you money.
couldn't afford the taxes on. I couldn't get anything. I couldn't afford the insurance on.
Yeah.
So I do my part of the video, and I get a mom van that I could afford. And
Yeah.
he was like, "Why didn't you get a cooler car?" I was like, I can't afford that, bro. Come on."
He was like, come on. I mean, we both know that I can't afford a nicer car than this one because working conditions and you paying me are not good. Anyway.
If I was working on a TV show in the 90s, on a show that was a quarter as successful, I could retire today.
Yeah.
But now I make
can't.
dog shit pay, making gajillionaires more money.
Yeah.
And I just walked into the writer's room, and that's one of the reasons why I left.
Yeah.
Was because I just walked in there and asked for not necessarily a gajillion dollars,
But just
but
something.
maybe a salary that was more proportional to the work
Yeah.
I was doing, given how much revenue that was.
And let me guess,
doing.
they said no.
And then, I talked about that, and I talked about the Writers Guild and how this is what the Writers Guild industry standard is for the streaming internet content with ads. I thought that was the closest thing to YouTube, and I didn't even bring up residuals, because oh my God, if I got residuals for every video I worked on,
Ooh.
boy, hell yeah, I could retire. But,
Yeah.
the other thing I talked about was there was another writer there, older comic, black guy. He had a kid,
Yeah.
and I got paid more than him, and I thought that was wild because he was older than me, had a child. We're doing the exact same job, and I'm some 20-year-old fucking white guy. Why am I getting paid more than him? I brought that up.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things I didn't like about the way some of the V stuff shook out was
What? Oh no. Oh no.
I feel really guilty about the way this shook out.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was talking to this other writer, it's fucked up, that's how the pay is, and I want you to get paid more,
Yeah.
You deserve to get paid more.
Yeah.
I don't have a kid.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to rock the boat. He desperately didn't want to rock the boat. He's just, I like my job. I like, because
Yeah.
when you grow up with nothing, not to say that he did, but I know I did. You get a little something, you don't want to lose it,
Yeah.
so he didn't want to rock the boat.
Yeah.
But he said, hey man, if that's how you feel, if that's I trust you. He stood with me. He went to that meeting with me.
Yeah.
And I said my piece, and he backed me up. And I said, I need XYZ or I'm out of here. And they said, bet. And they gave me a severance check the next day. And they gave him a severance check the next day.
Okay.
And if I knew he was going to lose his job too, I wouldn't have done it.
Oh shit. Wow.
Me, I was over the moon. I was like, you're going to give me a check and I get to leave? I don't get to deal with the how many Orbeez can I fit up my asshole every day? You know, and I get to go home and you're gonna pay me to leave. I was over the moon.
Yeah.
And he was devastated.
And the other guy got it too.
He did not want. I said he just wanted to be in the room, you know.
Yep.
And I really regret that.
It's like you didn't know.
But you know, me and you were really still tight. We're still good friends.
That's good.
You doing good? Yeah, he's doing good. He's a good guy. I love that guy. He's doing good. Yeah.
So maybe you feel better?
Honestly, best thing I could have done for him. Now that he's very, very far removed from all this crazy shit, I guess.
Do you think Jimmy really enjoys doing good and helping people?
I think Jimmy wants to be the best YouTuber. I think he is laser focused on one goal.
I mean...
and I think whatever he has to do to achieve that goal, he'll do. And I think it was the smartest decision for him that he calculated, because he's very good with numbers. If I donate to charity, people can't say I'm shitty. If I donate to, if I give this homeless guy 10K,
of course.
What do you mean I'm a bad guy?
Of course, yeah.
But I've always thought,
because when you start doing these good things, it's like, who can say you're a bad guy when you're doing all these nice things? Look, MrBeast is donating to charity. He gave a homeless guy 10K. He's giving these families all of these houses. Like, he's giving back to the community. He's doing a lot for the community. How can you say he's a bad guy? It's like, just because he did all of those good things does not mean that he can't be a shitty individual. We've known this. We've seen this in part 1 and in all the stuff that has been going on around since part 1. MrBeast is a shitty guy. And we clowned on the people who've been saying this. Like, people have been saying this for years and we've all clowned on them. But now, they're the right ones. Because they saw something that we didn't at the time. They saw through MrBeast's nice guy persona. And it's wild. Because they were right the entire fucking time. And I feel like we owe those people an apology. Like, right? Because we've been laughing at them. They've been the laughing stock for a while. And now all of a sudden they're like, yeah. How's MrBeast now? I was right the entire fucking time, yeah. You know that time years back where I said that MrBeast is a shitty guy? No one believed me. No one fucking believed me. But now look at me. I was right, and you are wrong. Suck it.
If you're gonna be nice for somebody, and you stick a camera in their face while you do it,
yeah.
That you didn't do a nice thing for somebody. You gained something. There was a homeless guy on the street, and you saw an opportunity for yourself and your image, and you gave one guy $10,000 who needed it to eat, and now the revenue you generated
is more than 10K.
That video is way more than what you gave.
Yeah.
I think when he's generous on camera, it's the least authentic thing in the world. There's an element of, you know, oh, hey, you're crying. That's so good for camera. You know, I'm so glad he's... If you're crying because you're so thankful that you got XYZ, and then you go, oh, I'm so glad he needed it that bad so I could come in and... Oh, can you cry more? Oh, it's so good for
cry for the camera. Cry for the camera. Like,
yeah. When I was working there, and I didn't like it, and I vocalized it sometimes, and I think that...
It's one of those things where it's like, okay, you're crying. Like, let me... Wait, hold on. Let me get the camera up. Cry one. This will be good for the video. This will be good for me. I know I gave you 10K. I know I did. I know I gave a homeless guy 10K, but I'm gonna be making so much more than 10K if I film myself doing this. Like, think of all the views that I could get if I film myself giving these people 10K. It's like, it's a nice thing if you give a homeless man 10K. Like, I'm saying that right now. If you give a homeless man 10K, you are a good person. However, like this guy said, if you film it, if you decide that you're going to give a 10-person 10K and film it, you are not doing a good thing. Because you are making more money off of that. You are profiting off of one thing that you did. It's, oh my god.
On camera as much as they said I was going to be.
Mm-hmm.
I was told at one point that I was going to be like fourth banana, you know, it was going to be Jimmy, Chris, Chandler, me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and then that never happened. I remember talking about that, like, hey, I thought my contract said XYZ, and then I got the severance checks, so
Yeah.
whatever, how that
Mhm.
worked.
So after your severance checks, how was your relationship with the company? I know you appeared in videos after that, right?
Right, so in videos where I was appearing in later, that's why you keep nice
Yeah.
publicly. If
Yeah.
you're nice in public, hey,
Mhm.
Jake was nice in public, let's have him
Yeah,
back for
Jake.
something. You know, yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
I was hoping they'd call back, you know?
But they
And,
didn't.
I appeared in some videos after I left. I think one of them was 3 days in a maximum security prison.
Yeah?
If I did do mini challenges in that, I got paid. I was, you know, clocked in with a rate, and I would get paid and compensated for those. But there was one video I was in. I got paid a lot for it, but it didn't come out.
Yeah?
It didn't come out because it didn't go well.
Oh.
There was a video that came out probably like a year ago, something like that. It got a lot of hot water when it came out. It was the like surviving like $10,000 every day you survive in solitary or surviving solitary for whatever.
Yeah.
It was one of those solitary confinement videos that got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt.
Oh.
The first attempt was on me,
Oh.
and it didn't go well.
Oh no. How bad did it go?
I was already planning on moving to New York, and I had worked at a couple of YouTube companies after Beast, and I had a little bit of change in my pocket. You know, the most change I had in my pocket ever. You know, small
Mhm.
potatoes, you know, compared to Beast bullshit. But you know, I thought I had enough to move to New York or whatever. And I get a call from somebody over there,
Yeah?
and they go, "Hey, they want you for a video."
Okay.
I was like, "Oh, amazing, great, cool."
Yeah,
my
cool.
God."
Finally, something for me to do.
What's the video? And they tell me the pitch. They try to make the pitch sound like it's gonna be like a walk in the park.
Yeah.
The pitch is 100 days in solitary confinement, but don't worry, like you only have to last like 30. We have like a video.
Yeah.
They're pitching it like at first it's gonna be like a luxury vacation. You're gonna have like a hot tub,
Yeah.
an ice cream machine, and like part of the video is gonna be you deciding like what items am I gonna get rid of you know,
Mhm.
today, and it's like the choice. They were like, it's only going to be bad for you to last like 5 days
Yeah.
tops when you have like nothing left. You're the first. It's going to be like a breeze for most of it.
Yeah, they're making it sound like a walk in the pocket.
30 days, you're going to get $300,000,
Ooh.
$2,000 a day.
Ooh.
And I don't know, man. I grew up poor in North Carolina. I said,
Yeah.
excuse me, I'll dance for you if you put that
Uh-huh.
kind of money in my face. Sure. They were like, you're going to be locked in this room, and we got to make sure you're on all the time. We're going to have cameras on you all the time, and you're perfect for this because you never shut the fuck up. On paper, I was like, okay, I can do this, and they always cut me out of the videos. They always, and I was, editors have told me that it's because you have too much of a personality. And so with this video, I thought, this is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
It's a video they can't cut me out of. I'm the guy. And
Uh-huh.
so I thought, well, if I have to do this, if
To
I
get a
have to
video,
do
then
solitary
yeah.
confinement in order to do the things I want to do,
Yeah.
then I will do that.
Mm-hmm.
That I held my tongue and I swallowed my pride and I tried to
And you did it.
one last ride. And I get there.
Yeah.
At first it's fine.
Uh-huh.
And I mean, they had just freshly painted the set. You could smell it, you know? Which that's probably not good, the smell of fresh paint in your surroundings for the next XYZ time. It looked good on the visual. Like it looks good on camera. It's movie magic bullshit. It was
Mhm.
a terrible facility. I mean, it was in one of the studios. They had to get a separate tank for septic stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a hot tub in it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there was an ice cream machine.
Yes.
Like things were cool and funny on paper, but when you think about stuff, a hot tub that's not connected to a filtration system, give it 3 days, it's gonna stink. If there's not a hot water mechanism, so the hot tub was a lukewarm tub at best, which I was a complaint, but
ew.
the shower was always cold, and you're taking a quick shower, and I had cameras 24/7
Oh,
on me,
God.
and the ice cream machine. Let's talk about that for a second. The ice cream machine has 2 modes: on, and off, reeking of smelly dairy, mildew, Like, so I got to choose which sense was assaulted at a time. I couldn't have all of them good. So the little things started to build up. You know, there was like the bug thing wasn't like terrible.
Mhm.
There was a factor, and like at first it was fine. You know, and you're playing it up like it's
Yeah.
just a video. And
Uh-huh.
it got to a point where like they weren't turning the lights off. You know, I asked
Oh
them,
shit.
I said, can we like have like nighttime hours? You know? And they said no, because it would fuck up the time lapse shots. The time lapse of what? Me sleeping? Or me not sleeping? Yeah, I saw in other videos they did like, oh, you're gonna get XYZ hours of sunlight.
Yeah?
Oh, great! Want to know how they figured that one out?
How?
I didn't have it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, one of the things was you got to take away your clock, so you didn't know what time it was. Okay, I got no access to sun. I got no access to clock. I don't know, like.
You don't know what they're on.
All the time. I wasn't sleeping. I could not sleep, and I have insomnia problems now. But they might have started there.
Mm-hmm.
I had good people looking out for me. I had a lot of good people looking out for me, saying this we gotta stop.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to turn the lights off, and I'm vocalizing to people. I wish the lights would turn off.
Yeah.
And I go up to my friend, my good
It's
friend.
like, please turn the lights off.
And I go, they're not turning the lights off. He goes, what? That's a war crime. We're not allowed to do that to terrorists.
Yes, the United Nations considers deep love torture to be a form of torture and a war crime under the Geneva Conventions and the UN Torture Convention. The UN defines torture as any physical or mental pain or suffering and sleep deprivation that can cause serious physical and mental harm. It's also prohibited by international law as cruel, inhumane, or degrading treatment of detainees. So, that's literally a fucking war crime. Like, actually. Like, straight up. MrBeast is committing a war crime. What's fucking new? I mean, with all the shit that has come out about him, it's not a fucking surprise that Jimmy Donaldson himself committed a war crime. Let's see people trying to defend this one. But it was for the video, it was for the content, it was for the idea, it was for the time-lapse shot. He is a war criminal. Shut the fuck up.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
it's like, oh great.
24 hours breaking the Geneva Convention, I guess.
Oh cool. Awesome. He's a war criminal. Oh.
That's what we're doing. So, you know, they're giving me, you know, melatonin,
Yeah.
you know. It's not helping,
Mhm.
you know. And then Jimmy would come in, like, every other day for like an hour,
Yeah.
you know, to check in on me because he's
Uh-huh.
doing other stuff. You know, I'm just the guy in the cage over here. He'll come back to me in a minute.
I wonder what he was doing while Jake was in that cage, you know? What kind of other stuff was he doing? That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. In these kind of videos where it's like XYZ days in like solitary confinement in a windowless room, $10,000 for every day you survive in the wilderness. What's MrBeast doing when he's not there? Because I fail to believe that MrBeast is out there with them. There's no fucking way that he's out there with them. I wonder if there's like some sort of like hotel or yacht or something off camera that he sleeps in while the people in his challenge are fighting for their lives. Like, for example, Jake in this room. MrBeast has his own room, his own, like, amenities that actually fucking work. Meanwhile, Jake's out here suffering in this room with a lukewarm hot tub, an ice cream machine that won't shut the fuck up, and lights on 24/7. Huh. You know, I'm starting to think that MrBeast doesn't actually treat his contestants well. Huh. Just a little bit of a hunch.
And so you'd come by, you'd get the shots, he'd leave.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes he'd have a note with the director over the phone. That would really piss me off. This is the note I got from the director, from Jimmy, when I'm receiving some cash.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Jimmy said, can you say to the camera, how thankful you are
Oh my
that now you
god.
can pay back your student loans.
Oh my god. Fuck.
You know how hard it was to do a take of that
Yeah.
and pretend to make it genuine?
That's fucking crazy.
I don't want to have student loans. I don't want to be in a cage. But Jimmy's the guy with the money, and if you do what he says, he'll do what you want.
Yeah.
Oh, you want your student loans paid off? You'll be in this cage. And you have power over people. And one person doesn't have resources, and the other one does, and they hold it over your head, and you go, of course, yeah, I agreed to it.
Mm-hmm.
I needed it, of course. And just something about like having the cameras on me all the time. Like I was not having a good time, but we were filming a video, so I was trying my best to be funny. You know, I'm a dark comic. Yeah, I got bits about. I had a very traumatic life. I have my dad is in jail for sexual assault of a minor. You know, so this
What?
kind of stuff is very near to my heart. You know,
Okay.
I don't fuck around with this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have jokes about that in my act.
Mhm.
You know, I joke about it because
Yeah.
we do a traumatic experience. You know,
Yep.
Abusive relationships. I get out of it. The first thing I do is I do a type-line about it. You know, so I'm in this situation where my mental health is not good. My physical health is getting worse. But we're filming.
You're filming the MrBeast video, so I
I'm
mean.
talking to the camera. And I'm being, you know, like, hey, it's been a couple days. I'm not doing so hot. You know, which if I'm filming a video, that's what I should be doing for the camera. But
Mhm.
it was too real. If they're faking videos, why couldn't we fake this one? You know, if we're allowed to let these cast members have some time off of this difficult challenge,
Yeah.
how come we couldn't turn the lights off?
Mm-hmm.
How come we couldn't maybe not have some time lapse footage for 10 seconds?
Did you try to get out?
Yes.
Of course he did.
I was starting to calculate. I don't know if I could do 30. How much can I? Well, how can I manage to get out of here sooner?
Yep.
And still have a video and still have some cash and get the plug, man. I did.
Oh.
Since we're doing time lapse shots and since they insisted on time lapse shots,
Yeah.
I said, all right, we'll give you time lapse shots back. I put my YouTube on with the whiteboard they gave me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, yeah, go ahead and scrub that footage. You know, you got that whiteboard. Oh no, either that goes in, or
Yep.
this footage is unusable.
Yeah.
And, you know, James Warren came in and erased it. You know, fucking, you know, don't put that. Don't. Hey, we can torture him. Don't you dare let him get a plug in there. Like we were playing up the joke.
It's kind of
You know,
fucking with
like,
them.
I'm the boy in the cage, you know, whatever. Like I'll play into a joke, whatever. It's fine.
Yeah.
There's just something weird about when Jimmy jokes. I have jokes about my dad.
Yeah.
Because I love jokes from my dad. I'll joke with my dad all the time. I guess
Yeah.
shit. I hate my dad.
Uh-huh.
I have friends that make fun of my dad. That's fine.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
fine.
their intent. I know their
Yeah.
from. When Jimmy joked with my dad,
Oh. That's a
and I
no-no.
sometimes seem weird. I don't like it.
Yeah.
We were doing that one of those hide and seek videos again. You know, at the time they were a lot realer.
Yeah.
So I got caught, and when you get caught, you know, you go to the place where you get caught. And I don't know if there's footage of this. I don't know. If, you know, I definitely didn't make the final cut. But he says to me, "All right, you're going to jail. You know, like your dad."
Wow. Wow.
And like, it's a joke.
Yeah. Coming from certain people, those jokes are fine. Like, if it's yourself, yeah. If it's your friends, yeah. That's totally fine, because it's your friends. You joke about that kind of stuff with your friends all the time. Your friends know that it's a joke, you know it's a joke, you both know that there's no harm in it. All parties know that there's no harm in it. But when it's someone that you're working for who you don't really know and has been known to make some shitty decisions that makes a joke about your dad like that, something about that just does not rub me the right way, you know? Because Jimmy is most likely not someone that Jake is friends with. Jake doesn't really know Jimmy all that well. I mean, he kind of does, but not really. Because, you know, cameraman, stuff like that. Wasn't really in videos a lot. Every single video that he was in, he got cut out of. But when MrBeast makes a joke about that kind of stuff, it's like, you shouldn't be joking about that, you know? It's like, because you don't know the intent behind that with MrBeast. If it was a friend, if it was an actual friend, then yeah, you know the intent is just joking, you know? friends joke about dark stuff with other friends, because that's fun. But I don't know. I don't know. That just rubs me the wrong way that MrBeast would make a joke about that.
But when my friends do it, it's fine. And Jimmy wasn't my friend.
Yeah.
He was my boss.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't cool.
Mm-hmm.
And so now, I'm locked in a cage at his whim.
Yeah.
And I have to do things to get the cash I need to live.
And he's making
I got
jokes.
these cameras on me all the time. And I was unwell. I had editors coming up to me. Saying, "You good, bud?"
No!
And I was like,
I'm not.
Yeah, why? You're clearly unwell.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, because the footage you're sending in is haunting. He's trying to be funny.
Yeah.
I am mentally decaying, so I'm doing bits. Someone said there is a horror cut of a video in this. And I'm sitting like, who's watching this? Like, who wants to see this?
Yeah, who wants that?
About this, the video.
Yeah.
So the thing that made me want to, I got to get out. I can't do another day in a year. Jimmy comes in and
oh no.
I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is. I was like 2 or 3 or whatever. He's like,
oh,
why are you
no.
sleeping? I don't know, because I can't sleep.
Yeah.
So he comes in, he wakes me up. And he goes, ask me why I have 2 briefcases. And I'm like, why do you have 2 briefcases?
Oh no.
And he goes, oh, because this one's for today, you know, and this one's for the challenge. And I go, what's the challenge today?
What?
He goes, you're gonna run a marathon.
What?
You're gonna do the 22.6K, whatever it is. You're gonna do it on that treadmill over there.
What?
The first challenge I did was a Rubik's Cube, and I'm dyslexic. I'm dumb. I don't know how to do Rubik's Cube.
Yeah.
So your first challenge, Rubik's Cube. I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I was on camera. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Just do it for the thing. My kid did, yeah. Like there was an element of, oh, Jake will do what we want because he's in house.
Yeah.
You know, that's one of the reasons why they got me. Jake's he's an inside guy, so he'll do whatever. We can push him a little extra hard because we know he's good. We know he's. I couldn't say no to the treadmill thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I people who run marathons train forever, and it's still hard. Again, writer. Do I look like I run? I don't run. You know.
Especially since he's been there for I don't know how long, and he's decaying, he's deteriorating, he's not doing well at all, and mental is in the ground, physical, mental state in the ground, and MrBeast comes in and goes like, I have a briefcase. In this briefcase is $50,000. All you need to do is get on that treadmill and run 22.6K on it. And you're like, in your like decay, you're like, what the fuck? I'm not physically well at all. I mean, that's what I would do if I was in church. I would be like, what? But you'd have to do it, you know. You have to do it, because it's MrBeast. I mean, you do what he wants, you'll get what you want. If he promises 100K, you do what he wants, he'll give you 100K. Doesn't matter if you're suffering. I mean, suffering, I sleep. Doing whatever it takes to get MrBeast money, yeah, let's do it. Does not matter if you suffer, or want to die, or are in eternal pain for like 30 days, locked in a room with no windows, and no clocks, and no anything, and living a touch absolutely horrible. I mean,
let alone that training for it. So, I was in a sunlightless, you know.
Yeah.
Did you try to say no?
I guess, yeah.
Choice, or?
Based on the Rubik's Cube thing, and based on all the other stuff, like there was so much pressure to just do it, just do the thing,
Yeah.
you know, and if I refuse, it's just, well, that's the whole video, I guess the budget's, you know, so much money up in flames,
Yep.
because Jake said he wouldn't want to do the thing, and so I wanted to do sport, and I wanted to get the boost, and I wanted the cash, and so I started running at 12, I was able to take some breaks, and I asked him, how long do I have? He goes, until I get back.
What? When do you get
And I'm running until 3 a.m. Alright, I got off the treadmill.
Yeah?
Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe. It's all over.
Oof.
These big red.
Ouch.
I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid. I got off the treadmill, and then the people that came in to like ice my feet, make sure I was good.
Yeah?
Then that's when I was like, I'm done. I can't. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm out. I'm out.
This is
And then,
now.
Yeah, I get the psych in, and I talk to the psych about how I'm not well.
Yeah.
And like I said, there was a lot of good people over there that was saying, you gotta pull him out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I had friends that did some freelance work, and they would tell me, they'd be like, yeah, everyone knows you over there, everybody loves you. They go, oh, Jake Weddle, love that guy. Shame what happened to him.
Oh. Oh.
Like I'm a ghost.
Send it to a MrBeast
How
video.
much longer are you guys gonna keep me in here?
And that's like the worst punishment, being sentenced to do a MrBeast challenge. It's like a fate worse than death. I mean, dying is fine. Being in a MrBeast video where I have to spend 100 days in a windowless room with bad living conditions? No! Why? It's like, I would not wish this upon my mortal enemy. Like, come on, let's be honest. You would not wish this upon your mortal enemy. Even if there's a promise of like 500 bazillion gazillion dollars here. No. At first I was like, yeah, sure, I'll do these challenges for like 500K, and now I'm like, it does not matter if you give me $5 million. What I've been hearing about your videos, no, I won't. I'm not doing this. I will not be going into that room that has no windows, no clock, no anything, for 100 days. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Unless you give me some actually fucking good shit in there, no. If you just give me a bed, like someplace to shower, a sink, whatever, no. I'm not doing it. Give me more than that, and I will do it. In fact, just make sure that the shower is nice and warm. Make sure that I have a nice bed. Make sure that I have amenities to survive.
And the guy goes, realistically, like at least 7 more days?
Oh my God, no.
No.
At that point, I'd be out. I'd be like, no, I'm done.
And they didn't let me leave right away either. They wanted to make sure, everything was fine.
No,
So
not fine.
slept for a while.
Mm-hmm.
They turned the lights off.
Finally.
And they brought it on my friends, to make it.
Oh, what? Oh my God.
They brought it on people I liked. And Jimmy.
Of course.
Then everybody was around me making sure I was good, making sure I was okay.
Yep. And then Jimmy's just like,
But Jimmy had his
yeah?
he was sitting in the chair turned around like an evil villain. Swear to God. Everyone
Oh
was looking
my
at
God.
me like Lex Luthor over there. He turns around,
Yeah?
stands up.
Mm-hmm.
He does the exact same thing when he's pretending to have a human connection.
Oh.
When you're watching a video and he's like, oh, stop, you're gonna make me cry.
Yeah?
And he touches his eye or
Yeah.
whatever as if he's crying. He's just
That's not real. Yeah.
I didn't have to pretend to do that shit.
Yeah. It's like you would actually crying.
As if rehearsed by his lawyers. Yeah, your mental health's the most important thing. Just want to make sure you're okay. And the last thing I want you to do is. I can almost hear the word Sue come out of his mouth. The S. He just stopped right before I got out.
Oh.
I did not get the 300K.
What?
But I got. He goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change, give or take.
No fucking
Money I
way.
spent in taxes in 2021. I spent $44,000 in taxes alone.
What?
And now,
That's
I
what
spent all that
makes
money
this
on
gay.
doing stand-up. I bought plane tickets to go do comedy festivals.
Uh-huh. Oh, that's
You know,
nice.
My family back home, I gave them a bunch of stuff that they needed.
Yep.
And haven't been back on a Beast set
Mm-hmm.
in any official capacity or unofficial capacity since then. And then they did the video with somebody else, and they worked out the kinks. And then it still got in some hot water, and I knew it would.
Yeah.
And I've wanted to say a lot of this for a long, long, long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel good now.
That's good.
That's how you get that doctor.
That's good that you got that
So I just
out.
want to hop in here and show some text that Jake sent me after this interview. This is July 29, 2021, a few days after he got out of solitary.
Yeah.
How are you feeling after a few days? Better. I still couldn't sleep, even a few days out, but I almost have my sleep cycle back on track. My
Okay,
legs
so
are
we're out of the
good.
Jake interview. So now what else are we going to talk about?
Medical advice I got was not to lance them and just let them go away with time. I'm mentally still in an uneasy place, but I've gotten back on better help. My therapist is a little concerned, but we are working on things.
Okay.
Mind you, this is not supposed to be a traumatic life event. This is supposed to be a
Mr. Beast
Mr.
video.
Beast video.
Yeah.
Hey Jake, hope you're doing okay. Meg and I just wanted to check in on you. Hey, I'm good and I appreciate that. I'm not exactly 100%. I feel like mentally I'm still recovering a bit, but back in therapy and my therapist is concerned. Haha, but my legs and joints feel better. Like I can walk, but my feet are still covered on those blisters and those hurt to walk on.
Okay.
I was told the best thing to do is stay
Dude,
off
I
my
feel
feet
bad
and
for
heal.
Jake.
I'm in rally with my family. Also, it'll be like a month before I get the money, and they aren't giving me all the money. They're giving me what I won up to that point in the game, which was also a slap in the face, but hey, I'm out, I'm alive. Therapist who knows and cares about you. The whole thing was so fucked, and honestly, fuck them for not giving you the money. Meg and I are wishing you the best with your recovery, and please feel free to reach out if you need anyone to talk to or need a place to crash in New York. Hope you're doing well, man. That video you uploaded is money. So good. I appreciate. I'm doing better physically. Mentally, I'm still kind of in a place. I still can't sleep. I've slept 5 hours in the past 3 days, marathon included. I don't know what's wrong with me. Lots of thinking, too much one might say. Hope they're taking care of you where they can. I mean, I was kind of shocked they didn't pay me for the full 25, 30 days. They paid me what I made up to that point. Like, even when we have to pull the plug for my mental health, the mechanism of the game is still at play. I'm just happy to be out. I still can't walk well, but it hurts less. And like, I'm not famous enough to burn a bridge, so at the end of the day, I'm still Jimmy's bitch. Like, if I was Carl and he did that to me, I'd ruin him. And they want to do it again. That could be your leverage. If the guy breaks down also, 2 is better than 1. Yeah, right. I told them everything they did to me that they can't do again in order to make sure the other person doesn't break down as fast. But like, the way the video is meant to function,
So I'm not talking,
it's
I'm
a
just
bad
listening.
idea, full stop. It sounds clickbaity, sounds right up Jimmy's alley, but it's morally unethical like on every level. Off-camera breaks, lights off at night, visitation, take the marathon out. Marathon is a video in itself. You can't expect someone to exert themselves like that for 45 seconds of content. The challenges really made it feel dehumanizing. Felt like a parody of MrBeast. I felt like the homeless guy they could exploit. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. It felt like if Jeff Bezos had a GIMP. Part of me wants the footage burned, and part of me thinks that there's a great horror cut in there. LMAO, he was so fake when he came in and said he cared about my mental health. They must have programmed the care about mental health updates. He said, we also don't want you to, and I swear to our Lord and Savior, he stopped himself from saying sue. Also, as far as like, he could have said no, he could have left at any time. I want to show this segment from an internal document at MrBeast with how to succeed in MrBeast production. Specifically on page 19, there's a paragraph called "No does not mean no." Already insane. Because
That's insane!
It seems to be co-opting the popular anti-slogan, which is a terrible look given the allegations that are going to be coming out very soon. It reads, when dealing with people outside MrBeast Productions, never take no at face value. If we
What the fuck does that even... Don't take a no at face value? So, like, what? If MrBeast has a contestant that is not part of the MrBeast, like, name at all, and they're doing a challenge, say it's another one of these, like, survive 100 days, win $500,000, or 10K for each day you are in, like, whatever thing. And then at day 15, And they are absolutely not having it at all. They are feeling like Jake in that scenario, where they are just mental, physical, they're just completely out of it. They're done. MrBeast walks in. Or someone that works with MrBeast walks in, and they say, I want out, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. If you look at me, I am fully shot, I'm done, I want out. They can just refuse. Because, like this said, never take a no at face value. If a contestant says no, then this tells the employee, or MrBeast himself, that they can just refuse and say, do this challenge. I do not care if you say no. I do not care if you are having the worst time of your life. You will do this challenge. Because we need that video, you know? If you say no, this whole video goes to waste. You don't want to be the result of that. You don't want to be the reason that this video goes to waste. You're doing this video, and I do not care if you don't want to.
You need a store to buy everything inside of, and you can call the local Dollar Tree, and the person that answers says, no, you can't film here.
Oh,
that
shit.
literally doesn't mean shit. Talk to other employees and see if they are fans or if any have kids that are fans. Try talking to their boss, their boss's boss. Have me DM them on Twitter and try their social.
So they'll do anything they'll do anything to get like a video. They'll do whatever it takes to get that video. Because if a store owner says, oh no, you can't film here, they're gonna say, but we can. Find someone. Find anyone that's related to you. We need this video to happen. I want my money. Do you know how much money I'm gonna make when doing this video? Like, come on. Come on. I'm gonna make more money than the $500,000 I'm promising this poor soul. You know? It's like $300,000 if you stay in this Dollar Tree, but oh well, I make way more money on this video than $300,000, so oopsie doopsie, you know?
Exhausted and you are left with a no, that doesn't mean don't try the other Dollar Trees, because the manager of those could be huge fans and willing to bend the rules. Basically what I'm trying to convey is what we call pushing through no. Don't stop because one person told you no. Stop when all conceivable options are exhausted.
Okay.
This is one of many tools that when combined dramatically improve your probability of success when producing here. So yeah, this idea of like pushing through no's is a big component to working at MrBeast. And the way that it manifests itself.
Especially don't take no for an answer.
A director might tell a producer, hey, we need access to 30 acres of farmland by Tuesday or we lose $500,000. Now, if you're the producer, you obviously know that means get it done or you lose your job. So what can happen is like a producer's calling up farmers saying, hey, I need to use your land.
And they say no.
Okay, but, you know, I have animals, you can't be making really loud noises, no pyrotechnics, and you got to clean everything up. So the producer's sort of incentivized to lie and say, or maybe the producer doesn't even actually know the total contents of the video, right? Things changed last second. So they're very like, they're financially incentivized to be manipulative and sort of, they're put in positions where it's like, oh, it's either the producer's job or a civilian's job, like where it talks about, hey, maybe the manager would be willing to bend the rules. Well, you shouldn't really be pressuring civilians to bend the rules that could get them fired, you know? I'll show you a real life example. This is unused evidence from part 1. I had seen this Reddit post.
Oh my god. Wait. This protect the yacht video? Because I saw this video. I was on this film set March 26, 2012, so I was looking for the details in this Reddit post regarding the location and video were accurate. So... hold on. MrBeast looking around trash and debris at film site in agency. However, in MrBeast area and been dealing with lots of operations looking trash and debris behind this previous film location. I know someone very closely who works at the camp where he filmed a few of his last videos that featured destruction and some explosions. Apparently he left a large boat in the pond as well as debris in the motorhome plant in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campus and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with MrBeast, so he had the stuff cleaned up and out of the area. Eventually the boat and most of the debris were moved after constantly asking when/if they would come out to clean it up. There's still lots of items that can be found at the bottom of the pond if you dive. So it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth as the camp is a Christian organization and asked for no money for publicity, and also I'm the type to say anything negative about the experience publicly. I know personally that this caused lots of stress on staff leaders and the owners of the campus, so mostly negative. So, what I'm getting at is that they filmed that video where it was like, President of the yacht, you keep it, but they never even bothered to clean up anything. Which goes against their Team C's initiative to clean the oceans. Kind of ironic that the person that wants to clean the oceans doesn't clean up after himself in the water and keeps that water polluted.
Titled MrBeast Leaving Trash Behind and Debris at Film Site in Aden, North Carolina. Apparently he left a large boat in a pond as well as debris around the film site in the bottom of the pond weeks and weeks after the agreed time frame. This actually rendered it unsafe for campers and almost delayed the camp's opening date multiple times due to not being able to get in contact with MrBeast to get the stuff cleaned up out of the area. So I actually know that this is from a MrBeast video called Protect the Yacht, Keep It.
Yeah, I remember this video.
He actually says...
And if you're wondering, yes, we did ensure the lake was completely clean.
No, you didn't.
This video. For the love of God, subscribe so we can pass T-Series.
Yeah, so he says at the end of the video that they made sure it was cleaned up. I was actually on site for part of this production. I was at this camp. So I decided to send an email out to the camp, basically saying, hey, I heard these rumors. I'm investigating similar incidents. And the camp responded, actually not denying the claims, going on to say, I am sure that there are no perfect film productions, just as there are no perfect people. I am grateful for the opportunity that we had to host the production crew, and because grace, or forgiveness, has been offered to me so freely, I will choose to offer the same. So clearly alluding to the fact that there was a wrongdoing by MrBeast's production team. That's like sort of the thing is, if you're around Greenville, you know these stories of people working with MrBeast and it being extremely unprofessional, them not doing what they say. But they sort of get by a lot on their good public image. And like, I mean, this camp offered to host them completely for free. And I guarantee, like, if you went to the lake at the camp and you went magnet fishing, like, you'd find all sorts of debris that's still there to this day. Like, they didn't clean it all up. So in the case of Jake Weddle, like, I'm sure that there were producers who were in a position of, hey, if Jake gets out early, we don't have a video, and your job is at risk. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on top of, like, him being delirious, not sleeping and everything to just manipulate him into staying. Which, you know, I'm sure this isn't, like, technically against the Geneva Convention on torture because he wasn't technically a prisoner. Like, he could have left at any time, but because of the extreme pressure to stay in, it's not really a reasonable expectation that he could have just, you know, walked out.
Because of the implication.
I think Jimmy is a awkward kid who maybe, had it a little rough growing up. I can't speak on that, but I do have empathy for it. Because I had it rough growing up, and I think when you're hyper fixated on something, like I love stand-up, he loves YouTube, everyone, fixates on a thing, I think he just wanted to be the best YouTuber so bad, and because the industry's metrics, rewarded some not great behavior, if you're just going on autopilot based on what the numbers say, you can do some things that maybe aren't good, but reap reward. And I think Jimmy just did what the industry and maybe what the system that we have set up demanded. And he didn't care who got hurt. And I think Jimmy surrounded himself with really, really not so great people, and those people were the ones making the decisions. And I want to say, really important, there are so many good people that work at MrBeast who are damn good at their jobs. Like, when Jimmy comes in and asks for something impossible, it's these people's jobs to do it. And they shouldn't be able to make it happen, and they do. And so, I don't think people wanted to talk about stuff because I didn't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't care about my fucking job. I'll die in a hole. I don't care. I don't want my friends to lose their jobs. I don't want anyone's reputation to be fucked.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But, let's just go back to my dad for a second, if I may.
Yeah.
My dad was just like a swim coach, your neighborhood swim team.
Yeah.
Everybody loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Behind closed doors, he's a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
And so, when stuff starts hitting the fan, what? Him? No!
No way! He would
Surely.
never! Surely not.
And then, everyone, thought my mom was the bitch, for not,
Yeah, for not
But then
believing
he
him.
wrote-
For, yeah.
that he did what he did to one of the students of the team.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like when that comes out, you're not surprised,
Yeah, it's like, oh.
When I saw my dad in the news, I said, "Oh, you idiots!" Like I was like, "No, what?" I was, "Oh, dumbass."
Yeah, I was like, you fucking,
But I was
dumbass, yeah,
and
stupid.
The consequences happened to somebody who was really good at avoiding them for a long time, and
At that point, it's not
Everyone
surprising. You're like,
knows
yeah,
Jimmy, and behind closed doors, he is
not a
not
good person.
great, and that image is cultivated purposefully and intentionally,
Mm-hmm.
and it's branding, it's marketing, it's
So I wonder if the Ava Chris Tyson stuff
You-
is in part 3.
Okay, so I guess, just one final question on
Sure.
a serious note.
Yeah?
Obviously, the Ava Chris Tyson.
Oh,
drama,
yeah. Oh,
And
Here we go.
That's a known issue of traditional media.
here we go.
Did you witness or hear about any
Did you know?
sexual misconduct at the company?
It's crazy. I probably hung out with Ava the most out of the main cast.
Yeah?
Just because I was on Beast Hacks.
Uh-huh.
Now Beast Reacts. I don't know
Yeah.
if it's still out. That was a lot of fun because it was just being silly and goofy in front of the camera. And Ava was the only person who was willing to film.
Yep.
Everybody else was too busy or didn't want to, and I
Uh-huh.
was trying to do my job. Sometimes there'd be like an offhanded joke that's a little gross. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm a stand-up, so I'm
Yeah.
very desensitized
Open
that.
to, like,
I didn't hear anything. I was
jokes.
like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" Like when I saw the reason I messaged you instead of talking to reporters sweetly like I have been
Okay.
was when I saw the Discord stuff.
Yeah.
I never, because when I got there it was like 2019, so I guess if the timelines add up, that would have been like handled, for lack of a better term, and then they started bringing more people on. Maybe they thought they had that under the rug.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we handled that. Now let's bring in some writers. And when I saw it, all that stuff started
Yeah.
coming out, and the potentiality, as of this moment of recording,
Yes.
this has been happening fast and stuff has been coming out so fast.
Yeah.
Just the potential that Jimmy could have been in those Discord chats,
Uh-huh.
or even the potential that he participated in those Discord chats. After the shit he did to me,
It's not surprising.
if you're gonna make fun of my dad,
Yeah.
I don't care what happens to me and my career and reputation after this. I had to say some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever happens at this point.
Outside of it, Chris Tyson, did you notice any or hear about any sexual misconduct at the company?
I've heard rumors. I can't confirm or
Ooh.
deny anything. I don't have any tangible evidence, but I've
Ooh.
heard stuff that if it could be investigated, that'd be great.
Okay.
There's water cooler talk, but I've heard things. Yes, of course.
Oof.
I heard people have been let go for sexually assaulting some very young people.
What?
The idea that Jimmy didn't know, or that Jimmy was covering stuff up. He didn't want stuff to come out. He's very careful about his image. The tangible proof that he knew but covered it up. How do you prove that, Well, there was a known sex offender, registered sex offender, convicted sex offender,
Okay.
on the registry and everything, who worked there.
Oh,
And
shit.
you can, someone pees in public, you're on the registry, you
Yeah.
get it. You can still have a job after you're on that's one thing.
Yeah.
You go to prison, you get rehabilitated, that's one thing. You
Uh-huh.
do your time, that's fine. I think
Yeah.
you should be read the rehabilitation in this country.
Yeah.
But that guy, from what I hear,
Oh.
I can't confirm or deny, from what I hear, he's on the registry for doing some not great stuff to some underage people.
Oh. Oh my god!
He's working at a channel that has underage people on and around and is targeted to underage people. And they covered up the fact that not only did he work there.
So Jimmy knew that this person was on the registry. I wonder if Jimmy explicitly knew that this person did some not good things to underage girls or underage people and still allowed him to work there. Despite him knowing he is, for lack of a better word, a pedophile. Yeah, I'll say it. I'm not afraid to say the word on YouTube. I'm not afraid to say it. Demonetize me. Go ahead. I don't fucking care. MrBeast knowingly let a pedophile on his team. And I'm not talking about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff, because I'm willing to believe that MrBeast also knew about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff. From everything that we've seen, and everything that I've seen, I am under the assumption that MrBeast knew about the Ava Chris Tyson stuff. But we're not talking about Ava Chris Tyson. We're talking about a different pedophile here, okay? Like, listen. I mean, come on. Ava's a pedophile, but so is this one guy that Jake is mentioning.
But he was like the manager when it all started.
Oh.
And
that's not good.
You know that he knew him because he'll be in videos. He'll be in thumbnails. He'll be around. And whenever he is, he's wearing a mask. Why would you wear a mask? Why would you conceal your face? It's like, what are you concealing? That you are a registered sex offender? And that your face could be looked up on a thing? How much more can you literally cover up a sex offender with a physical mask? Like, do I have to... Is it more on the nose? Or... I don't know why they let him go, because there's rumors back and forth.
Yeah.
So I don't know why they let him go, but he did leave at one point. Even if that guy didn't do anything, they still knew about it, and he was still around.
Yeah.
And what if he's one of the people in the Discord servers? What if he's not? I don't know. But when I was there, they called him Delaware.
What?
Why do you call him
Why?
Delaware? I didn't know. Apparently they called him Delaware because he's not allowed to go back to Delaware.
What? Why?
That's his nickname?
What?
Colloquially? He's like, yeah, it's Delaware. Don't ask him why. Yeah. The fuck? And Jimmy knew about it? In likelihood that he didn't know is astronomically low.
Okay, so finally I have a recorded phone conversation. The person on the other end of this line is a different former MrBeast employee.
Okay.
Talking about Delaware.
Okay.
Also, apparently before this phone conversation got recorded, the person on the other end of the line said that the MrBeast team was actually trying to expunge Delaware's record off the registry. That's what actually like sparked this person to start recording.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, of course this person wants to be anonymous because they don't want anything bad to happen. Yeah.
Okay, so Reed is MrBeast's former manager who was in the last video telling Jimmy, you know, hey, don't gambling.
Don't do that mystery box
so, you know,
stuff.
I think Reed's taken 2 W's this month. Don't promote gambling to children, and don't have offenders on payroll. Also, yeah, just from where I'm sitting, it seems extremely unlikely that Jimmy wouldn't know, but, you know, I know that's, I'm sure that's the defense he'll go with, so I'll just say preemptively, like, you know, if somehow
he didn't know
about Delaware, I think it's still such an extreme level of negligence.
Yeah.
Like, you're not doing background checks, or everyone at your company knows, but somehow you don't know. I think that needs more of an explanation than just saying, I didn't know. Well, how didn't you know? How did this person get into the company and a company that makes content for children and is around children? So yeah, Jimmy, I think we need an explanation from you or your lawyers and PR people and representatives and spokespersons and on how you could have not known that there was an offender at a high level in your company. And while you're responding to that, why not just respond to the allegations of rigging contest videos and selling fake figures, running illegal lotteries, the dangerous
respond to all that
set of Beast games. You should address those too. So yeah, just let us know. Okay, that was my interview with former MrBeast employee Jake Weddle. I know he will be coming out with a longer cut of this interview as well as other content.
Okay.
So I just wanted to shout him out, Jake Weddle, top link in the description.
I've waited a long time to talk about a lot of this publicly, so thank you for doing what you're doing.
I feel bad for him. Like, he's the victim of... Yeah, he's the victim of a lot of this stuff, man, and... Oh my god, dude. It's just so fucking disheartening, you know? To hear about all this kind of stuff that's going on, it's like... all this stuff is going on behind closed doors, and you don't even know it. Like, none of us knew the extent of what was happening behind closed doors, like what MrBeast was doing when the cameras weren't rolling, or the videos that he was doing that didn't make it onto the channel. Wow, that is insane. But that was part 2 of Dog Pack 404's MrBeast Exposal series. We will be watching part 3 when that comes out eventually. I don't know when that will be, but for now... Yeah. Goodbye.